Okay, hello everyone. Let's take a quick look at this practice test, number 4 here, okay? This isn't exactly the test, but it's pretty close, all right? The questions come in the same order, the same type of question. The first one is just simplify a radical. Again, we're looking for a perfect square that's a factor of 32. You find 16, and 16 times 2 is 32. You guys, I'm not going all the way here. You should know what the square root of 16 is. If not, put it in your calculator. All right, the square root of 2 stays looking like that. All right, number 2, again, when you multiply the coefficients together. 4 times 2 is 8. And go ahead and multiply the radicands, the thing that's underneath the radical. Put them together. 3 times 6 is 18. And you know, 18 is a perfect square factor. 9 times 2 is 18. And the square root of 9, that's a perfect square. You should know that. All right. Once it comes outside, multiply it times the 8. All right, question 3. Again, you can put this in the solver if you want, but it's a pretty simple solution here. Just take the square root of both sides. So it looks like that. Once you take the square root, all right, just take the x squared becomes x, and this is plus or minus square root of 72, which has a perfect square as a factor, 36. 36 times 2 is 72. The square root of 36, you should know what that is. All right, if not, again, put it in your calculator. All right, this is number 4. Guys, all you have to do with this one is first divide by 3. All right, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So this just becomes x squared on this side. 45 divided by 3 is 15. Take the square root of both sides. Plus or minus square root of 15, the square root of 15, okay? All right, number 5. The first step is to add 4 to both sides. That way this 4 on this side becomes 0. All right, 50 plus 4 is 54, and this is where it starts. The 3x squared is still there. Just divide both by 3 now. If I divide this by 3, it becomes x squared. I divide this by 3, it becomes 18. Then take the square root, and plus or minus the square root of 18, and that's the one we did before. That's 9 times 2. And again, there's the final answer right there. That one I gave to you. All right, start with number 6. Guys, the key to these is get them in standard form. And again, the variables, I always change them to x. All right, just so you know, I work with x's. Guys, you have to get the 23 to the other side, so it looks like this. That's the key, is get it so it looks like this in standard form. 0 on this side, A, B, C. I put it in the quadratic equation solver, and the solution looked like this in the solver. All right, so you should be able to see what the answer is here. This is the square root of 737. The denominator is 16. All right, you can see the answer. All right, this one I did the same way. All right, this one, the 2 and the negative 5m, I had to get to the other side. And again, I'm just using x. So the 2 becomes negative on this side, and the negative 5m becomes positive 5 on this side. All right, equal to 0. Again, I'm adding 5x or 5m and subtracting 2 from both sides. I put that in the quad solver. Again, A, B, and C was negative 2. I got something that looked like that. All right, you should be able to see that, what the answer is from there. Again, the quad solver breaks it down into 2 terms, which is kind of the way I like it. But these answers are written as 1 term. And the plus minus is already in there, okay? Here they're listed plus and minus. All right, number 8. The 13 and the 9n had to go to the other side, so it's negative 13, negative 9. All right, right here. I put it in the quad solver, and I got this. And you should be able to recognize what the answer is. Again, this says 3 over 4, and this denominator is 12. So if I needed the common denominator of 12, I'd be multiplying the top and the bottom by 3. So 3 times 3 would be 9. So there's a 9 up here, actually, but I'm going to leave it like that. You should be able to see it because of the 393 square root. All right? All right, I guess this is number 11 right here. Let's find the value of c that completes the square. Remember, I'll put it way over here. So you take c divided by 2 and square it. Oh, I'm sorry. You take b divided by 2 and square it. Okay? And the b here is negative 7. Negative 7 divided by 2 squared. You should be able to see what the answer is there. Again, you're squaring the top and the bottom. So negative 7 times negative 7, again, you end up at the positive answer. Always a positive answer. C is always going to be positive when you complete the square. All right, number 10, find the discriminant. Again, you can put this in the quad formula if you want. All right. I just first got in standard form, and then I went ahead and calculated it. All right, b squared minus 4ac. That's the discriminant. b is 7. And 4, guys, is just 4, right? AC, so another 7 and an 8. So that's the A and the C right there. This ended up being 224, and this was 49. I subtracted, uh-oh, I got a negative number. Negative. All right? So you have two imaginary solutions, right? No real solutions. All right. Number 11, I think is a cool problem. You can calculate the discriminant. I just had to add 5 to both sides. Guys, when I add 5 right here, 5 plus negative 7 is negative 2. Again, 5 plus negative 7, because the 7 is negative, it's bigger. There's 2 negatives left over. All right, they want the discriminant. Guys, b squared minus 4ac. b is 5. And then 4ac. 4, negative 3, negative 2. So if you look here, there's 1, 2, 3 negatives, so this is still going to be a negative. However, this is 24, and this one's 25. So I subtract, I get 1 as the answer. Now, does that mean 1 is the solution? 1 is a positive number. All right, remember, so this is going to be a plus and a minus. This is still 2 solutions, folks. 2 solutions, only if it's 0. If it's 0, is there 1 solution? Not if 1 means there's 2 solutions, okay? All right, guys, the last one, I hope that you know how to do this. In your own words, what does it mean to solve the quadratic equation? What does that mean? And it's only worth 2 points now, but it's worth 4 points on the test. It's finding the value of x when the function is 0. Right? It's finding where the quadratic curve crosses the x-axis. Right? That's what it is. All right, y'all, that's it. Thanks.